Namaskaram. Today we will be having the discussion on the advent of Europeans towards India. Right. So this is one of the important events in the modern Indian history. Before entering that topic of to have the clearer understanding of the modern Indian history, we need to have a brief understanding of the advent of Europeans in India. This topic will be explained by my student Manohar Reddy.
Welcome to SKS Knowledge Hub. Andarki Namaskaram. My name is A. Manohar Reddy. Now we are going to discuss about the advent of the Europeans. So what actually does mean by advent or the adventure, and why Europeans made the exploration to the India? So let's discuss that. Advent in its original sense means that the arrival of someone or something which is notable and important. Exploration means the finding out of new or the existing one. Here, the advent of the Europeans deals with the trading between the India and as well as the Europeans. So first of all, we should know about the Greeks and Romans. Who are they? The East Europeans were called as Greeks and the West Europeans were called as the Romans. So the Europeans had the notion that the India is the richest country and has contained the great minerals as well as spices in it. So they were attracted to the riches and they were fascinated to get there. So out of curiosity and scarcity, which led to the necessity of creating a new sea route to India. So you might be knowing that most important date, 17th May 1498. So this is the date which is important because of the famous explorer Vasco da Gama has discovered the new sea route to India. See, it is clear to mention the new sea route. Many of the students and many of the people think that the Vasco da Gama has discovered India, but that is absolutely false. Vasco da Gama has just discovered a new sea route to India because there was also already an existing one, that is also known as the Suez route or the Arab route. From 1 to 5th century, there was a great trade continuing between the Indians and Romans as well as Greeks also. Greeks and Romans hold the monopoly of trade for spices, and that too especially for the demand for pepper. It is important that pepper is never used as an ingredient of taste. Pepper is used as a preservative because they were dependent upon the meat. See, Europeans were not an agrarian people or the people who depend on the agricultural products. They were mostly dependent upon the meat. So the pepper is used as a preservative. And it was approximately 70 times more valuable in the Europe. So that's why there is a huge trade between the India and Europeans. Now, what happened in the 5th century is there was a mediator involved in the trade, and they are Arabs. So, how they interfere and how they became a mediator and how they after gain a monopoly will be discussed. So, note these points. See, you should keep considering that earlier people were only known that there are only 3 continental plates. Those are Eurasian plate, African plate, and Indian plate. So these were the 3 major plates which were known by the earlier people. So earlier during the times of IBC also, with the trade with the Mesopotamia and Chinese civilizations, there was an extensive trade continuing on. Now what happened with the European trade means, earlier from 1 to 5th century the trade route was like this, something which is passing through the Red Sea, and then the land route of around about 200 kilometers or more than that, and entering into the Mediterranean Sea, and then reaching the East Europe. So this was the earlier trade. Then what happened means, there were certain major events in the history, like the decline of the Byzantine Empire, in 1453, this common era. So this was the major reason for the decline of the trade between the Europe and India. So here the Arab gained the monopoly. The Muhammad Sultan of the Arab has clearly stated that no trade should be continued in between the Europe and India through this route. That's why it became problem to Europeans, I mean the Greeks as well as the Romans, to continue trade with India. Then thereafter, in order to overcome the problem, they went for the adventure of the new sea route for India. And the new sea route was something like this. First, at the time of 1486, there was a Portuguese explorer called Dias, actually pronounced as Dias. So, in the year 1486, he travelled westward, assuming that Earth is round, and if we travel westward, we will find Indian plate. So, hence travelling towards the westward, he reached Bahamas and assumed it as India, and said to the Portuguese that India is not so far, it is just nearby if we travel to the westward. So after later in the around 1490s, there is a person called Amerigo Vespucci. He mentioned that is not India, it is South America and North America as well as South America. So after Amerigo Vespucci, there came another explorer. So it was actually first Columbus who travelled westward. He is the person Dias who travelled southwards. He travelled southwards and reached up to the tip of the South Africa called Cape of Good Hope. So up to now, what have we discovered? First, Columbus reached Bahamas. Then Amerigo Vespucci has named it as America, North America and South America, and then Dias has came up to the Cape of Good Hope, and he returned from the Cape of Good Hope. So if you know why he returned, let me know in the comment section. So he returned back because of the extreme weather conditions. As well as the high high water currents. So this was the main reason for the returning back of the Portuguese explorer Dias. Later then, in the 1498, Vasco da Gama, who is also a Portuguese explorer, has tried to go beyond this region and tried to enter into the water bodies. Now, he reached some islands here. There, he met an Indian trader and he showed the route up to Calicut. So this is how he found the new sea route, or he discovered the new sea route to India. So what is the result of it? What actually did he gain by the new sea route? So there are actually certain advantages and a huge result of it. So what are those advantages? So first of all, let's discuss about the points which are covering in the new sea route and old sea route. So here it is the shortest route, but we need to unload when entered in Arab. It is the longest route, but also the direct one. It reaches the East Europe. Here, West Europe. See, even though it is the longest route, why did they consider this as the best sea route? Does anyone know? Because earlier there was no use of fuel for the ships. It is through the air and the navigation they have found it as a best route, because unloading the ship and traveling about 200 kilometers in the land made it so difficult for them to continue the trade. So this is the result of the invasion of the Europeans over India. So this is the main concept of the modern Indian history. Thank you.
Hope you guys liked the video. In understanding the advent of Europeans towards the India. So, if at all you like this channel, you like this video, please do like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.